Hi, my name is Eric Yen, and I'm the product manager for the Bettis Smart EHO. Today we're here at Actuation Technologies headquarters in Houston, Texas, the training room, to talk more about the EHO. What we want to show today is we want to show you how to do the analog output calibration. Before we get started, you want to make sure you gather the tools you need to do analog output calibration. Make sure you have the Smart EHO available to you, a power source, the proper PPE, a wiring diagram, your IOM manual, some wires to make some connections to the STC, or the separate terminal chamber, a multimeter, and a flathead screwdriver. Now that you have your tools to do the analog output calibration, make sure you put on your PPE and make sure you unpower the unit before you get started, because we will be working on the terminal chamber, or the STC, that's behind this unit on the opposite side of the display. Great. Now that we've powered off our unit and we've collected our tools, we're ready to perform analog calibration. For the Smart EHO, we have two analog signals that we need to calibrate. We have analog output 1 and analog output 2. For analog output calibration 1, you will apply the positive terminal of your multimeter to terminal 27, and a negative terminal of your multimeter to terminal 28. For analog output calibration 2, you will apply the positive terminal of your multimeter to terminal 29, and a negative terminal of your multimeter to terminal 30. Now that we have the multimeter connected to our terminals, we went ahead and powered up the unit. The display should read CL for close, OP for open, or a number between 1 to 99 to indicate the position. If you see anything else, like flashing characters or numbers, you have an alarm. If you have an alarm, you have to first clear those alarms before you can proceed. Consult your IOM manual to determine what the alarm is and take the proper actions to clear those alarms. With no alarms, the next step is to enter the setup menu of the Smart EHO. In order to do this, make sure you're in the off position. Take the other knob and go yes, no, twice, quickly. If you're able to access setup menu, you'll see SU appear on the screen and the local off remote lights flashing, just like this. Next, toggle yes to get into the setup menu. When you enter the setup menu, you'll see FN. FN is the find function. What we're going to do here is we're going to enter the code for analog input calibration. You hit yes, and the code for analog input calibration is AC. In order to find the letter A, you hit no until A appears on the screen. Then hit yes. For the second character, you want to find C. You hit no until C appears on your screen. Once C appears on your screen, hit yes. The next is the passcode. On the EHO, there's a passcode on every unit. For this unit, our passcode is 0000. Consult the factory and consult your IOM manual to determine your passcode. So we hit yes. And it's going to be a 4-digit passcode, and it's going to enter 2 digits at a time. So we're going to enter the thousandths and the hundredths digits first. In this case, our passcode is 0000, so we'll hit yes again. Now it's going to ask us for the tens and ones digit, and we're going to hit yes. We hit yes. If the passcode is successfully accepted, you will see AC appear on your screen. If the passcode is not accepted, you'll see a request to enter passcode again. When you see AC, toggle yes. Next, you want to toggle no until you see O1. When you see O1, this means analog output 1. If you want to calibrate analog output 2, you hit no again, and it'll go to O2. For this example, we're going to show just calibrating analog output 1, but the steps are similar with analog output 2. So here we'll hit yes. OL. OL is analog output lower limit. In this case, this would be 4 milliamps. In order for us to calibrate this, we need to hit yes. Next, you'll see CC. CC is calibration choice. Calibration choice helps you determine if you want to increase or decrease the value. If it's 0, that means we want to increase the value. If it's 1, we want to decrease the value. Now take a look at your multimeter. On our multimeter, it reads 4.1 milliamps. We want to get to 4 milliamps. So we have to decrease the value. So if this is the case, we want CC to read 1. So we'll hit no. And now CC is 1. Once we do that, we'll hit yes. And now you see C1. So we're ready to calibrate this. So watch your multimeter as I select no. You'll see the value decrease. So we want to decrease this value to 4.00. Now our multimeter reads 4.00 milliamps. We toggle yes. Now we read CL. CL means we've successfully set our analog output for our lower limit. If it reads CF, that means we failed to set our lower limit, and you need to redo this again. Now, in order to set our upper limit, we'll hit yes here, and now it jumps to OU, which is our upper limit. And we want to follow the similar procedure as we did before, but instead of 4 milliamps, we want to do 20 milliamps. So we'll hit yes here. Now we see CC is 0. And in this case, our multimeter reads 19.92. We want it to be 20.00. So we need to increase this value. In order to increase it, our calibration choice, or CC, should read 0. In this case, it's reading 0. So we'll go ahead and hit yes. Okay. Now it reads C1. And what we want to do here is we want to hit no until this number reads 20 milliamps. Okay. Great. Now our multimeter reads 20 milliamps. Now we accept that value and we say yes. All right. If it says CU, that means we've successfully set our upper limit for our analog output. If it says CF, that means it failed and we need to do this again. So in this case, we'll hit yes. Okay. When it reads O1, that means we've successfully completed our analog calibration for analog signal 1. Next, we want to save this configuration that we just did. So we go to Remote. We'll scroll through the screen till you see SA. SA is to save the configuration that we just did. So let's put this back in off, and we're going to toggle this yes. And that saves our calibration that we just made. Now you see EE flash here, and EE is to exit the menu. So once we hit yes, it'll return back to its normal operating state. At this point, you've successfully calibrated your analog output 1. Now remember, if you have analog channel output 2, you need to calibrate that 2 as well. And you need to follow the similar steps as we just discussed, but at 2 different terminal points. If you have any questions about these steps or want to learn more about the Bettis EHO, please visit us at emerson.com, or you can go ahead and contact us. Thank you.